What's poppin', y'all? This is probably going to be one of the beefs that Akademiks actually ends up pulling out of because there's far more to lose than there is to gain. And I was just wondering when it was finally going to come out that Akademiks was trying to screw these guys over, but he was playing nice with them for the past couple of years. So this all started with the encounter that Akademiks had with Dave Free at the Detroit show of Kendrick Lamar and SZA's Grand National Tour. He went to that show. I talked about that. People considered him getting pressed, and he came back and he told the whole story and said, well, it wasn't that. He's the one that divulged the information, first of all, the entire story. It wasn't them. They weren't trying to make it seem like he got pressed. However, information from West Coast sources started to put that out there, MacWap being one of them, and Akademiks was getting a feeling like, hey, are these guys getting fed information from TDE that I got pressed at the concert when it felt like we just had a conversation? And then Trell from back on Fig, who was formerly a host on No Jumper, had this to say on his show.
My boy Akademiks got pressed yesterday. Well, not yesterday, a couple days ago at the Detroit show, and he thought it was just a friendly talk. Well, that's why this is what he's saying to us. He thought it was just a cool little exchange.
Right.
But you got marked out, and it's okay, you know what I'm saying? Now you from TDE, boy. That's what Max said.
Yeah, for real.
You from TDE now, boy. Now go sit your ass down right here. Sit down and get up what we tell you to. You feel me? You got marked out, boy. Coming over here talking about some, he said, because we can get at it. No, boy. We can get down. That's what we could do.
Yeah.
We could get down. You trying to get down? Is it personal for you? It's personal for me.
Yeah.
It's personal for you. We finna get down. No, it's just content, man. It's content. That's where I'm leaving it at. I'm not coming here to do anything for Drake. I believe at that moment when he said that, do you really think I'm here to slide for Drake? At that moment, I'm thinking, Drake ain't never messing with dude again, man. Drake ain't never messing with dude again. It's over with, bro. You got pressed. It's okay. Now you should be riding for TDE.
So at this point, he's saying like, nah, you got marked out. This is how it is in LA. You got pushed up on. They said, yo, is this personal or what? Like, we can get down if it is personal. If it's not, we can leave it alone. Granted, there's a little bit of nuance that needs to be added to this clip and a bit of we're going to need more information before I give you guys my whole take on this, because the way Akademiks was talking before, I don't really think there's a whole, is this personal or not? So I'm going to play you guys a clip of Akademiks replying to the situation.
He said, because we can get at it. No, boy. We can get down. That's what we could do.
Yeah.
We could get down. You trying to get down? Is it personal for you? It's personal for me.
Yeah.
It's personal for you. We finna get down. No, it's just content, man. It's content. That's where I'm leaving it at.
These brothers are very misconstrued on the conversation. And the unfortunate part of it, I'm now starting to think, because y'all know how I get. I'm starting to think if they're speaking for TDE, because if they're speaking for TDE, I'll take it to 10,000 levels up. I can't tell if they're getting some information and trying to get their failing show some buzz, which I understand. Or if they're speaking for TDE, I'll start getting it up there that they got to release the video. Now everybody got to see it.
So here he's talking about, hey, is this from TDE? Who is this from? Or are they just commentating on what they believe their opinion is? Because if it's just the latter, then it's not a big deal. They're just making content. However, if it's the former and they're being used as a spokesperson in the same way that Akademiks used as a spokesperson for Drake, then that's a different story. And he would try to up the ante to force the hand of TDE, because he said members of TDE or of that crew in general were recording the interaction, as well as Akademiks saying he had his own recording, but I don't know why he doesn't just drop that recording if that matters. But he continues, and I'm going to play you guys that clip where he tries to bait out the video.
I'm trying to still remain respectful, but I'm getting to the point where I'm saying if they're the spokesperson for TDE, I'll have no problem introducing some disrespect to force that. I know they have a video, to force the video to come out that everybody can see it. Now, here's the thing, and this is why I respect people like, I think both of these damn near handicapped. One foot, one nigga got one hand. Both of you suckers are gang members. I'm a civilian. You know why I popped up to that show? Because I could go anywhere I want. I proved it. I literally said if a TD raised a hand at me, it would be his last day living. And I still went to the show and chilled. And y'all are tough, not me. I'm supposed to cop please. I'm supposed to. Y'all are supposed to talk crazy about me and not do nothing. But whatever. So let's speak about it. For y'all two little suckers up there, I'll give y'all some Drake tickets. Y'all go to OVO show. Because I've been popping up on people the last 2-3 months. I haven't seen you suck go nowhere but under Kendrick Lamar's ball sack for the last... Okay, I told myself I was going to chill.
Now, this is where I will say Akademiks actually has a point. How are you going to press somebody, or how are you going to check somebody, or how are you going to mark somebody out like Trell is talking about when he already sent it up? Like, for instance, if Trell, let's say somebody's talking crazy about Trell's wife and his kids, and he's just talking with utter contempt and disrespect, like Akademiks was towards Ab-Soul, like just calling him disability, like talking about his tendencies to want to alive himself in the past, like things of that nature. You're not just gonna walk up to that. It's already up. There isn't, oh, yo, was this personal when you were talking about my personal business and insulting me in one of the most disrespectful fashions possible in front of an audience of hundreds of thousands of people? Because that's what it's going to reach, if not millions, in the genre that we both work in. I think Akademiks got a point here. That if they had a problem with him, then it would have just been up right there. However, there is another thing that I don't like that Akademiks does, is that he's baiting. So he's baiting someone to trying to bait a rapper or an individual to do something to you that you may feel like your life is threatened, and then their life is ended via that interaction. And then you're going to say, well, like I felt like my life was in danger. I'm a civilian, but you're antagonizing people with the highest levels of this. It's just it's weasel rat behavior, to be honest. And what we're going to get into in the next section is behavior that I've seen, and I knew it was going on at the time. I don't know if I made a video about it, but I feel like anybody with some sense could have seen this from a mile away, which is where Akademiks switches up and talks about how he masterminded them being unemployed now. What the hell? Let me play you guys that clip.
You know I'm offended, chat. These niggas like Ruri and Millie Mall to me. The reason why y'all don't have a job at No Jumper, I mastermind engineer y'all having to go start this bullshit on them fucking disgusting orange couches. I masterminded. Nigga, I masterminded y'all in the unemployment line. I saw it. I'm like, all right. I wrote it up. That's what me and Adam, you know what's the funny thing? I ain't even have no beef with you, nigga. Adam was playing a little interesting game. But me and Adam, we cool now. That's my mans. So, nigga, figure out what y'all got to do, man. At this point, I'm not beefing with the G League. Okay? And me and Adam have no beef. Me and Vlad were mad cool. Me and Wack, we straight. The rest of y'all niggas, peons. Sorry to tell y'all. All right? But anyway, the next thing I hear about this, I'll go up on a whole TD. Y'all niggas, again, if y'all thought y'all gave me a pass, don't give me passes. Announcement, don't get a pass.
So here, that's what I felt like the situation was, but it wasn't to help them. So Akademiks fake messed with Trell and AD, and I think he extended that relationship with AD for quite a while. I don't think he likes any of these people. The only people that I think Akademiks genuinely likes and messes with is like people in his chat, like Grand Wizard, right? Like the Akademiks TV guy, like Lil Boom. They're probably like estranged now, but I think he had genuine love for him. Who else? Like that dude Wale, like these guys that are, those guys Akademiks actually likes, and I think he actually wants the best for. But when you start venturing into people like Vlad, I think it gets a little bit contentious. Joe Budden, I don't know if he likes Joe Budden very much, but I do think like they understand like it's better for them to be cool than not to be cool. And then when you get to Adam 22, man, he's never liked Adam 22. It's just that Adam 22 liked Akademiks and messed with them, and he's willing to tolerate not just the disrespect that Akademiks levies in his direction, but he's willing to forgive Akademiks later and just be cordial, because I don't think Adam is somebody that just wants conflict consistently. And Adam talked about how much he enjoyed like Akademiks content in the early days, so I think he has like this soft spot, or you could say respect, admiration for him, but you were clowning those guys, saying that they were too good because you were trying to destroy No Jumper. And now you're saying that, oh, well, you and Adam are cool. Yeah, you're cool, but you tried to destroy his business because you saw Adam 22 with No Jumper doing something that you have never been able to do, which is build a cast. And there is this envy that, I don't know if it's evident to many people, but Akademiks has an envy for Adam 22's business acumen. And, it's all well and good. People want to make fun of Adam 22, justifiably so, when you get into things like, like doing X-rated stuff, like things that you're allowing happen to your family. A lot of people disagree with that stuff, and I can get behind that. But when you talk about building personalities and stars and a media empire, No Jumper was that. And you could talk about mismanaged finances and them having to downsize and things like that, but No Jumper is still here. It's still one of the biggest platforms, despite losing talent consistently after having already built them up. Like, for example, you got Blasey, who's a talented artist, but he's got his own podcast going now. And he was on No Jumper for years. House Phone, people still care about what House Phone has to say. They've got their own podcast. Who else? Any number of other people that we could go down the list. Trell, AD being one of them, or two of them in this scenario. Sharp, people still paying attention to what Sharp's got going on. Like, he created this whole universe of characters that people care about. Akademiks, that just didn't work. Nobody cared what Lil Boom had to say. I would say Lil Boom was the closest to actually having like this chat, like when Akademiks was trying to build people up underneath him, and it failed. He tried to do it with Selena Powell. It failed. He made her a personality years ago, but like to have her as a podcast underneath him, trying to copy the No Jumper or take inspiration from the No Jumper model, that didn't work. He also tried it with, Troy Ave. I was going to say Tory Lanez. I always confuse those names. It's like a tongue twister for me. With Troy Ave, gave him a 6-figure deal. That podcast went nowhere fast. And now that guy's in jail. There were other people as well. So I think Akademiks just has this envy inside him for Adam's business acumen. But I just think it's because he's not focusing on his zone of genius. Like, Akademiks has this idea of like, oh, I'm this media empire. No, you are the number one media personality. Yes, your brand is attached to your personality. It's it's the biggest one in the game. No Jumper is a media empire, a media company. Like, those are two different things. He's got talent underneath him. He's got personalities. Like, you had that dude Suspect. You had Lush come back. You had Flacco. Like, Flacco's one of the biggest commentators out right now. And he came up through No Jumper. And Akademiks was really trying to reel him out of there a couple of years ago if he wasn't trying to take him down. And that's the difference between them. Like, Adam 22, we're not going to say Adam 22 is top 10 media personalities in hip-hop in terms of, like, if Adam 22 is getting on solo talking about something, is it going to do the numbers or get as much attention as the other 9 in the top 10? No. And I think he understands that, and that's why he keeps doing what he's doing, and he doesn't try to cross over. Like, he is doing his own streams now, but No Jumper as a whole that he's built, which some may say built like a prison for yourself because you constantly have to have this drama. But nevertheless, I think that's something that Akademiks always had envy towards. So it wasn't like some and for you to say that you masterminded them leaving No Jumper and then you pretended to be cool with them for years after means you're an absolute rat, snake, slithering scum, really. Like, and that's if you thought it was bad for them, because at the time you thought it was bad for No Jumper, but now you're saying it's bad for them, and you were calling them employees and saying it was better for them to have their own thing. But now that they've got their own thing, you're clowning them for not being employees. So do you see how it becomes convenient for somebody to like this weaselly behavior of like, oh, the narrative of what I actually meant to do when I was committing those actions is dependent on what serves me at the time. If I'm cool with Adam, hey, I got you guys unemployed and Adam 22 is still doing great. If I'm at odds with Adam, yeah, I got your best guys kicked off and you were damn near sinking and stressed out for many months afterwards. I really think the truth is that he wanted to get rid of them out of envy for Adam. He wanted to destroy Adam and No Jumper. And I don't think he cared for them. I don't think he cared if they did well. I don't think he cared if they failed. If they did well, then, he would take credit for it. And if they failed, it is what it is. But yeah, I'm interested to see how this develops. There are some developments, but I think that I'll make that in a separate video. I don't want this to go on too long. But let me know what y'all think in the comments. Like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you enjoyed. And I'm see y'all in the next one.